And all right, so we are recording this session. Welcome again to INTR 101, College Success Strategies. So this course is an 8-week course that's sort of like how to help you with College 101. So we'll go over things like note-taking, study skills, time management, and then we'll also talk about different services on campus that I can connect you with. So from counseling and testing center to tutoring to SI Pass, all of those things that are available for you. And just as a note, I know that it's a really stressful and crazy time right now. None of us were expecting to have to do everything online, and it's really rough. So my goal is to make this course as flexible and as doable as possible for all of you. I don't want it to be a big stress. So if you have any concerns at all throughout this, please let me know. Shoot me an email, call me. We can make a Zoom meeting, whatever works best, just to make sure that this course isn't a burden. So with that, I'm going to share my screen with all of you. I do have a little PowerPoint for our intro, and then what we're also going to do is explore sort of the BB Learn course and let everybody check that out. So can all of you see the screen? We all good there? Hopefully. Okay, I'm just gonna move us this way. Cool. Okay, so INTR 101 College Success Strategies. Will it let me? Yay! Okay, so I'm Kelly Christensen. I'm the Academic Coaching Coordinator for the U of I, and just a little bit about me, I use she, her pronouns, and my office is normally located on the 3rd floor. Oh, I have chats. My video is cutting out. Okay, one moment. I'm gonna move closer to my router and just, you get to see my apartment, everybody. Hopefully this helps. Ooh, this was not as intended. Let me know again if it starts to cut out and we'll see how it goes. Okay. Anytime now, there we go. So as I was saying, I use she, her pronouns, and my office is normally located on the 3rd floor of the iSub near Einstein's. Right now I'm working from home. So if you have any questions, just shoot me a call, shoot me an email, that's where I'll be. I went to the University of Idaho and I studied math and physics, and my favorite course was game theory. So a little bit about myself. There will be a short assignment that all of you can do where you'll just tell me a little bit about yourselves. There's no wrong answers. I just want to know who I'm working with. Okay. Oh my gosh. Why? So what is the goal of this course? It's to learn and implement tools for academic success, to demonstrate how college success strategies will be used, and to discover and engage with University of Idaho resources that support student achievement. And then another component of this course is to self-reflect and research academic methods for college career success. And that sounds really broad and kind of vague, but what it just means is that I want you, oh no. Okay. 1 second. Back to the course. It'll let me. So some general course information. This is on the syllabus. We normally meet on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Right now, I'm just gonna post lectures every Tuesday and Thursday, and Friday I'll use as some time to check in with folks. Is it not working still? Super great. Okay. So yeah, we'll just kind of have these lectures going. Hopefully they'll be recorded better. With this internet connection issue, I may just pre-record them all and then we'll do check-ins in some other way. Hopefully that works. Sort of play it by ear, I guess. Okay, So how will things change? Like I said, I will either hold a Zoom session or I will record and post lectures, whichever way works better for us. Slides and recorded lectures will be available on BB Learn for students who can't participate in person or in Zoom. And let me know if Zoom or anything like BB Learn or anything else is sort of a point of trouble for you, and we'll make sure to get that worked out. Office hours will be held over the phone or by Zoom session. So if you ever want to chat with me, just let me know and we can set up a time to do that. So attendance and participation is kind of difficult. Normally we do require students to be in the course when possible, but since some of us are in different time zones and there's a whole big mess going on, I've kind of replaced all of my attendance and participation with some short little assignments that will cover the material that we talk about, and then just have some like check your understanding of it. So it's never more than 3 questions per little assignment, and those will always be due on Sundays, but I encourage you to complete them sooner. So we'll do a little tour of the course, and the first one is technically due on Sunday, but if you knock it out today, then you don't have to stress about it. So I'll show you where those assignments are at, and they shouldn't take very long. The first one is seriously super, super easy. So there are ways to make up points if you miss an assignment. On this little chart and on the syllabus, it says missed class, but it means missed assignment. Just contact me as soon as possible if you know you aren't going to be able to finish that assignment. And then the rules are sort of, if you miss one, no big deal, freebie, I won't take away points. If you miss 2 of them, you'll need to check in with me. And that can just look like a phone call or an instant message or something like that. And then we'll add a couple more like reflection topics for you to discuss. And we'll go over those reflection assignments really quickly. And then if you miss more than that, so if you're just not doing any of the assignments, then we'll need to meet, discuss some campus resources to get you connected, and then we'll have you submit a reflection about those campus resources. Are there any questions about attendance that you want to type into the chat and I can look at? Yay, nay? Okay. If you have any questions, again, please shoot me an email, call me, anything like that. So grading overall for this course, there'll be instructor check-ins, which are worth 50 points. Okay, internet, don't do this to me. There'll be weekly reflections. There's 1 due every week. It's just a couple of questions. Those are 30 points apiece. Participation and attendance, those are those small assignments. And then there is a final project, but I promise you it's really low stress. So the final project, we'll talk a little bit more next week, but I will give you a little preface about it. And then as a heads up, the gradebook is gonna look a little confusing. I had the course all set up for if we were gonna meet in person. So right now I'm still moving stuff over to be online. So all of the point totals are correct. They just might change names, just to make it a little more clear. So if you ever have a question, let me know. So the weekly reflections, there's a weekly reflection tab. There's 1 per week. There's 2 to 3 questions in there, and there is a word count minimum. And that's just so that we can make sure that there's enough content there to grade. If you incorporate an outside source, which sometimes I require, then you need to MLA cite it. If you have any questions about how to do an MLA citation, please just let me know. I can get you connected with all the different resources that can help you with that. And these reflections, it's a lot of your personal opinions. So I'm not gonna mark you wrong for facts-wise or anything like that, but I do want them to be thought out and have some content to them. So I posted an example of a weekly reflection and we'll go from there. So another part of the grading are these instructor check-ins. So normally in the course, I have 2 instructor meetings that happen like in person, but we can't do that. So instead, I'm going to check in briefly with you at least 4 times throughout the semester. And these check-ins can take place over the phone or Zoom, and they'll be pretty painless. It's mostly just so I can get to know who you are and what sort of things you're hoping to get out of this course. So, you know, if you're like, well, I really want to learn new ways to manage my time, great. Then I'll make sure to tailor some content to help with that side of things. And I also just want to know, you know, who my students are. So that's one way for me to see how everything is going for you. And I'm happy to chat with you as much as like you want over this course. So if you want to check in every couple days, awesome. As far as the points for the instructor check-ins, only 1 meeting per week will count to those points. And that's just so that someone doesn't schedule all 4 in the first week and then never talk to me again. I want to have these spread out so we can kind of see throughout the 8 weeks how stuff is going. Ideally, it'd be like every other week. But like I said, I will check in with you as much as you want. So to the final project, this course has a final project with 100 points. The first part of it is an action plan that'll be submitted online. So if any of you have ever worked with coaching before, you know that we love action plans. And normally they're kind of like short ones that we do in our office. So the one for this course will actually be a pretty detailed action plan. I have an example up. As soon as I open the final project, you'll be able to see that example and what my expectations are. And we'll go over it really in depth. If you want to turn in a first draft at some point and have me look it over and give you feedback, that's awesome. It should hopefully be something that helps you. So whether it's planning for graduation or your courses next year or anything like that, I want this action plan to be useful. And then the final part of the final project is a presentation on a college success strategy. So I'll have you give this presentation just to me. You don't have to give it to the whole class since we're online. And this will either be given over the phone or on Zoom. So you'll kind of do what I'm doing, is screen share and let me, you know, like watch as you present. And if we're doing it over the phone, all you'll do is just send it to me first, and then we'll call and you'll tell me when to click next on the slides and you'll go over what you came up with. So I'll release some more guidelines, a grading rubric, all sorts of in-depth information for the project, probably next week or the week after. It usually isn't too terrible. I haven't had any complaints in the past as far as the amount of work required. So let me know if you have any concerns, but it shouldn't be too much, I hope. So some general classroom policies, you know, academic integrity. This course is a lot of self-reflection, so it might seem really hard to cheat, but I have had students do that. And what that tends to look like is folks will cheat on word count limits. So if you think that you can type a bunch of I's and then change them to white font and I won't notice, I will. I've had that happen quite a few times. It's never fun. So if you're ever worried about word count or anything like that, just let me know. I'm really, really flexible. So if you're off by, you know, 20 words on your word count, I'm only going to drop like 1 point, 1 or 2 points. But if you like put in a bunch of white lettering and try and cheat on it, then I have to give you a 0, and that's never fun. So just let me know if you have concerns. So our classroom is a place of respect, and normally this is more when we have open discussions and everyone's involved, but that still translates over to the online world. So when we're in these Zoom meetings, you know, please show respect to whoever's talking, whether it's me or one of the classmates. Honor names and pronouns, and then we do have a non-discriminatory policy. So if you have any questions about this, any concerns, please let me know. So some additional resources. On the final page of the syllabus, which is posted on BBLearn, you'll see that the whole back section has all sorts of resources. So Center for Disability Access and Resource, Counseling and Testing Center, LGBTQA Office, Office of Multicultural Affairs, and the Women's Center. All of these services are still available for use even though we're online. So if you need support in any way, shape, or form, we will find a way to get you that support from a distance. I know that all of these offices are up and running, whether it's from home or some other safe location, but they're still there to help you. So just let me know if you need any assistance like that. Okay, so we're going to explore the BB Learn page a little bit. Cool. So on our site, sort of the big areas to look at are our syllabus. So you can check out that. It is a PDF. If you have any issues with that, please let me know. I'll make sure to get it in a form that works best for you. Okay, well, that's great. Y'all, online, can I be real with you? Online's really rough for everyone. Okay, so there's the course syllabus. You can click on it. I'm not gonna click on it. Oh no, oh no. Yeah, online, it's real rough, y'all. I'm not having a great time, but we'll make it work. We're gonna get through this, I promise. Okay, so there's our course syllabus. If you check out our weekly reflections, I do have a sample reflection answer, so you can look at that to get some ideas on expectations. And then this week 1 reflection, begin. So it's just some short little questions. We'll go over what the Idaho goal is and what roadblocks, that sort of stuff. And then it's just a lot of like, tell me some resources that you've used in the past. So it shouldn't be too difficult. So if you go to the weekly presentations and resources tab, that's where you will find this presentation. It's done in a slide share, so you should be able to just click through it pretty easily. Thursday's presentation is up, but there's no audio, so I'll post audio on that. And then I'm also going to post an example little thing on there as well. And then the final tab that you want to pay close attention to is the attendance and participation points assignments. So right now there's just one, and it's your Idaho goal. And you'll go in there and just fill out this quick little, like, what is your Idaho goal presentation. There will be a second short attendance and participation one, and it's just sort of the like get to know you type of one. All right, computer, whatever. So there'll be 2 little things to look at there, and it should be pretty simple and straightforward. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Really quick in the chat, are there any questions about expectations for the course, sort of how things work? No? Okay. Any other questions? No? Please let me know if there are. If it's easier to kind of work through these questions, just we can set up a time to call as I figure out why my online connection is so awful. What I'm gonna do is try and screen record this in a different way and post that recording through YouTube for everybody. And that should hopefully work a little bit better. Does that sound good to folks? Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm really sorry about the internet connection. I don't really know what's wrong, which is great. I'm 26, I should know these things, but it's just not working. So with that, that's actually all I had. I'll post an announcement for when the actual like good recording is done, and then we can go from there. Does that sound good to everybody? Yeah? Okay. Well, thank you all so much. You're free to leave the meeting or stick around and ask some questions. You can always unmute yourself and chat if that works better, but otherwise that's all I had for you all. Like I said, I'll get more information out in hopefully an hour and get that up for everybody, if that sounds good. Okay. Bye, team. You're the best. We're gonna crush it. I know it's awful.